Hello students, today I am going to introduce about the next chapter, that is gravitation. Gravitation means these are the non-contact force of attraction between any two bodies in the universe. The earth attracts all the objects lying on or near its surface towards its center. So the force with which the earth pull all the objects towards its center, this is called as the gravitational force of earth or the gravity of earth. Okay. So now next is universal's law of gravitation. In this case, this law was given by Isaac Newton. According to this law, every body in the universe that attract each other with a force which is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Okay, means the attractive force between any two objects in the universe is directly proportional to the product of masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Okay, the direction of force that is along with the line joining the center of two objects. Okay, suppose these are the two objects, two bodies. This is body number A, this is body B, having a mass m1 and m2 whose centers that are separated by a distance r from each other. Then F is the force of attraction between the bodies. F is directly proportional to the product of their masses. So F is directly proportional to m1 into m2. Now force of attraction is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Then force is proportional to inversely proportional to 1 by r square. Okay. Then this is equation number 1. This is equation number 2. Combining equation first and second. From this equation आपका आंसर क्या आएगा? F is proportional to m1 m2 divided by r square. Okay, means F is equal to remove the proportionality sign, and here G is Z m1 m2 divided by r square. Okay, where G is the universal ग्रेविटेशनल कांस्टेंट. ठीक है, यहाँ से हम जी निकालेंगे तो जी इज इक्वल टू एफ आर स्क्वेयर डिवाइड बाई एम वन इंटू में एम टू. ओके, नाउ द वैल्यू ऑफ यूनिवर्सल ग्रेविटेशनल कांस्टेंट दैट इज 6.67 मल्टीप्लाई 10⁻11 न्यूटन मीटर स्क्वेयर पर kg square. G value does not depends on the medium between the two bodies and the mass of the bodies or the distance between them. So this law is universal in the sense that it means it is applicable to all the bodies, whether the bodies are big or small, or whether they are terrestrial or celestial. ठीक है. Now the value of G that is the same throughout the universe. So its name is universal gravitational constant. Universal gravitational constant G that is differ from the acceleration due to the gravity. So the correct symbol that must be used accordingly, that is G. SI unit of G that is, देखो बेटा G की कैसे निकालेंगे? Force in Newton, radius is meter square divide by mass of kg multiply kg. So it means Newton meter square per kg square. Okay. Now suppose the mass of two bodies having 1 kg each, it means m1 m2 that is both equal to 1 kg, and here distance is 1 meter. Then how will you define the universal gravitational constant? So in this case g is equal to f, because mass is 1 kg and radius is 1 meter. Then how will you define the gravitational constant? Universal gravitational constant, that is equal to the force of gravitation which exists between the two bodies of unit mass and kept at a unit distance from each other. Okay. The value of g, this was given by Henry कैवेंडिश. ठीक है, हेनरी कैवेंडिश इसने दिया. ओके. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज फोर्स इज प्रोपोर्शनल टू m1 m2 डिवाइड बाय r स्क्वायर. F is equal to g multiply m1 m2 divide by r square. Now next g is the universal gravitational constant. Next is properties of gravitational force. Gravitational force, that is weakest force in the nature. सेकेंड क्या है बेटा, ये अट्रैक्टिव फोर्स है. ठीक है, अट्रैक्ट करती है बॉडीज़ को टुवार्ड्स इटसेल्फ. थर्ड इज़ म्यूचुअल फोर्स है, क्योंकि ये एक बॉडी को दूसरी बॉडी से अट्रैक्ट करती है, एंड सेकेंड बॉडी को फर्स्ट बॉडी से अट्रैक्ट करती है विद इक्वल फोर्स. नाउ फोर्थ इज सेंट्रल फोर्स है ये, क्योंकि ये क्या होता है, लाइन ज्वाइनिंग द सेंटर ऑफ द बॉडीज़ पे काम करती है. Now it is a mass and distance dependent. It obeys the inverse square law. It is a long range force. It decreases with distance as per the inverse square law, and it becomes zero at infinite distance. Okay. It does not depend on the medium between the interacting bodies. It means there is no gravitational shielding. Okay. Now gravitational force of earth or gravity. A force is necessary to produce the motion in a body. This is called as gravitational force. A body dropped from a height. Suppose this is a body, this dropped from a height and that towards the center of earth. It means the earth exert a force of attraction. This is called as gravitation on the body. The earth attracts all the objects towards its center, and the force with which the earth pulls all the objects towards its center, this is called as gravitational force of earth or gravity. Gravitational force between the sun and earth that keeps the earth in uniform circular motion around the sun. Okay. Now gravitational force of earth that is responsible for, first, holding the atmosphere above the earth. Second, from the rain falling to the earth. Third, for flow of water in the river. Fourth, for keeping us firmly on the earth. And the fifth point is for the revolution of moon around the earth. Okay. तो ये किसकी वजह से हैं? ऑल दीज आर रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स ऑफ अर्थ. ओके. नाउ व्हाट इज द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ यूनिवर्सल्स लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन? ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स दैट होल्ड्स द सोलर सिस्टम टुगेदर. ठीक है. सेकेंड है बेटा, होल्डिंग द एटमॉस्फेयर नियर द सरफेस ऑफ अर्थ. थर्ड, flow of water in rivers is due to the gravitational force of earth on the water. For rainfall and snowfall. Motion of the moon around the earth. ठीक है. Occurrence of tides means tides due to the moon and the sun. Okay. And it is the force that bind us to the earth. This is also the means importance of universal's law of gravitation. Okay. तो all type of motions that are due to universal's law of gravitation. Now, some important questions related to this chapter. Question number 1. What is the value of gravitational constant G on the earth and on the moon? बेटा चाहे अर्थ हो चाहे मून हो, ग्रेविटेशनल कांस्टेंट वैल्यू दैट रिमेन सेम, दैट इज 6.67 मल्टीप्लाई 10⁻⁻11 न्यूटन मीटर स्क्वेयर पर केजी स्क्वेयर। आपको इसकी यूनिट बतानी है। एफ किसके इक्वल होता है? जी m1 m2 डिवाइड बाय आर स्क्वेयर। यहाँ से आप जी निकालो, एफ इंटू में आर स्क्वेयर डिवाइड बाय m1 इंटू में m2। ओके, तो ये बेटा फोर्स न्यूटन मीटर स्क्वेयर पर केजी स्क्वेयर। ओके, नाउ वन इम्पोर्टेंट नोट इज हियर, द वैल्यू ऑफ जी ऑलवेज रिमेन कांस्टेंट। ओके, विच फोर्स इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द मून रिवॉल्विंग अराउंड द अर्थ? मोशन है बेटा, मोशन के लिए ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दिस। Does the acceleration produced in a freely fall body depends on the mass of the body? It means no, क्योंकि जो acceleration होती है वो कभी भी mass of the body पे dependent नहीं करती है। ठीक है, तो it means it does not depends on the mass of the body. Name the scientist who gave the 3 laws of planetary motion. किसने था बेटा? John Kepler that gives the law of planetary motion. Name the scientist who explained the motion of planet on the basis of gravitational force between the sun and planet. तो बेटा जो लॉ मोशन के अकॉर्डिंग जो लॉ दिया गया था दैट इज न्यूटन्स लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशंस। ओके, that is based on the motion of planet on the basis of gravitational force between the sun and the planet. Okay, what is the acceleration produced in a freely fall body of mass 10 kg? अब बेटा acceleration produced in a freely fall body of its mass that is 9.8 meter per second square, because acceleration does not depend on the mass पे कभी भी depend नहीं करती। its value remains same, that is 9.8 meter per second square. When an object is dropped from a height, it accelerates and falls down. Name the force which accelerates the object. So this force is called as the gravitational force. Okay, give the formula for the gravitational force F between the two bodies of mass m and small m kept at a distance d from each other. Gravitational force F that between the two bodies of mass m and small m that kept at a distance d from each other. It means force is equal to z capital M into small m divided by r square. Okay, so this is the gravitational constant, that is 6.67 multiplied 10⁻⁻11 Newton meter square per kg square. What force is responsible for the earth revolving around the sun? Gravitational force that is responsible for the earth revolving around the sun. What name has been given to the force with which two objects laying apart attract each other? Gravitational force that causes the two objects laying apart attract each other. ठीक है, तो इन सब के लिए कौन रेस्पॉन्सिबल है? ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स। नाउ what type of force that is involved in the formation of tides in the sea? तो gravitational force is involved in the formation of tides in a sea. ठीक है, because this is exerted by the moon and to some extent by the sun. Okay, moon और sun के बीच में जो कुछ मून से और कुछ सन के बीच, सन से जो ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स आता है, इसी की वजह से क्या होता है, टाइड्स की फॉर्मेशन होती है. नाउ विच फोर्स इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर holding the solar system together? Gravitational force of the sun that holds the solar system together. Okay. Describe how the gravitational force between the two objects depends on the distance between them. Gravitational force F between the two bodies of mass m, एक स्मॉल m है बेटा, कैप्ट इन द डिस्टेंस d फ्रॉम each other. तो आपको पता है ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स का जो फॉर्मूला होता है दैट इज F इज इक्वल टू जी मल्टीप्लाई स्मॉल m इंटू कैपिटल M डिवाइड बाई डी स्क्वेयर. तो फोर्स ऑफ द बॉडीज दैट इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द स्क्वेयर ऑफ द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन देम. अगर हम इसका डिस्टेंस डबल करते हैं तो दो बॉडीज़ का, ठीक है, तो इसमें ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स 1/4 टाइम्स होता है. अगर डिस्टेंस हम इसका हाफ लेते हैं बेटा तो ये 4 टाइम्स हो जाता है. ठीक है, देखो व्हाट हैपन टू द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स बिटवीन द टू ऑब्जेक्ट्स व्हेन द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन देम इज डबल और हाफ्ड. It means force is inversely proportional to 1/r square. If the distance is double, it means 2r square. It means this is 4r square. ठीक है, तो F is equal to inversely proportional to 1/4r square. It means force is 1/4 times. ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स क्या हो जाती है, 1/4 टाइम्स हो जाती है अगर डिस्टेंस क्या होता है, डबल होता है तो. और इफ़ द डिस्टेंस इज़ हाफ, अगर हम उसको हाफ करते हैं, इट मीन्स इसको हम हाफ करेंगे, दिस इज़, ये आ जाएगा फोर्स इज़ प्रपोर्शनल टू 4r स्क्वेयर. ठीक है, तो ये कितना बनेगा, 4 टाइम्स बनेगा. अगर हम इसको हाफ लेंगे तो ये 4 टाइम्स बनेगा. स्टेट 2 एप्लीकेशंस ऑफ यूनिवर्सल लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन. फर्स्ट बेटा, यूनिवर्सल लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन इज़ यूज टू डिटरमाइन द मासेज ऑफ सन. सन का निकाल सकते हैं, अर्थ निकाल सकते हैं, मून का मास निकाल सकते हैं हम एक्यूरेटली. सेकेंड इज यूनिवर्सल लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन दैट हेल्प इन डिस्कवरिंग द न्यू स्टार्स एंड प्लैनेट्स. ओके, explain why if a stone held in our hand is released, it falls towards the earth. It means the earth exert a force of attraction. This is due to the gravity on the stone and pull it down. ठीक है, तो ये सारा क्या होता है बेटा, ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स की वजह से होता है. एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी की वजह से अर्थ बॉडी को अपनी तरफ खींचती है, अट्रैक्ट करती है और वो नीचे गिरती है. Now next question is calculate the force of gravitation between the two objects of masses 50 kg and 120 kg kept at a distance of 10 meter from one another. Gravitational constant value is given. Okay, apply the formula. F is equal to z into small m into capital M divided by d square. Mass is small m given, capital M given, d given and g given. Okay, this is the value. F is equal to 6.67 multiply 10 raised to power minus 11 multiply 50 multiply 120 divided by 10 का स्क्वायर. तो 6.67 मल्टीप्लाई 60 मल्टीप्लाई 10 का माइनस 11. तो आंसर इज 4.02 मल्टीप्लाई 10 raised to power 9 न्यूटन. ओके, now next is what is the force of gravity on a body of mass 150 kg laying on the surface of earth. Mass of earth is 6.6 multiply 10 raised to power 24 kg. Radius of earth that is 6.4 multiply 10 raised to power 6 meter and g value is given that is 6.7 multiply 10 raised to power minus 10 newton meter square per kg square. To apply the force due to the gravity, force is equal to g multiply small m into capital M divided by d square. Z is 6.7 multiply 10 raised to power minus 11. Small m value is given that is mass of earth 6 multiply 10 raised to power 24 kg multiply what is the value of capital M means mass of the body that is 150 kg divided by d square. D is the distance that is given. Distance is 6.4 multiply 10 raised to power 6 इसका स्क्वायर करेंगे बेटा. आफ्टर दैट दिस इज द आंसर 1472 न्यूटन. ओके. Now the next is the mass of sun, that is 2 multiply 10 raised to power 30 kg, and the mass of earth, that is 6 multiply 10 raised to power 24. दोनों का मास गिवन है. इफ द एवरेज डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द सन एंड अर्थ मीन्स आर वैल्यू इज गिवन 1.5 मल्टीप्लाई 10 raised to power 8 kilometer. Calculate the force of gravitation between them. To apply the formula, in this case beta, first of all small m is given, mass of sun, small m is capital M is given, this one. Okay, and distance, that is 1.5 multiply 10 raised to power 8 kilometer. It changes into kilometer. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. ठीक है, तो इसको मल्टीप्लाई कर दो 10 raised to power 11 मीटर हो जाएगा. तो फोर्स इज इक्वल टू जी मल्टीप्लाई एम इंटू कैपिटल एम डिवाइड बाई डी स्क्वेयर. तो जी क्या है 6.7 मल्टीप्लाई 10 raised to power माइनस 11 मल्टीप्लाई स्मॉल एम 2 मल्टीप्लाई 10 raised to power 30 मल्टीप्लाई 6 मल्टीप्लाई 10 raised to power 24 डिवाइड बाई दिस इज़ 1.5 मल्टीप्लाई 10 raised to power 11 का स्क्वायर. तो इसमें हम स्क्वायर आफ्टर स्क्वायर करके हम बेटा इसको निकालेंगे. तो ये आ गया 6.7 मल्टीप्लाई 12 मल्टीप्लाई 10 raised to power 21 डिवाइड बाई 1.5 मल्टीप्लाई 1.5. देन योर आंसर इज 3.57 मल्टीप्लाई 10 raised to power 22 न्यूटन. ओके, so this is the force of attraction between the two bodies. Now a piece of stone that is thrown vertically upward, it reaches the maximum height that in 3 seconds. If the acceleration of stone, that is 9.8 meter per second square, directed towards the ground, calculate the initial velocity of the stone with which it is thrown upward. देखो बेटा, एक स्टोन का पीस है, उसने वर्टिकली अपवर्ड फेंका, तो मैक्सिमम हाइट जो है 3 सेकेंड में उसने वो इस हाइट पे पहुंचा. अगर स्टोन की एक्सेलरेशन जो है वो 9.8 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर है. ओके, डायरेक्टेड टुवर्ड्स द ग्राउंड, कैलकुलेट द इनिशियल वेलोसिटी क्या थी उसकी स्टोन की जब उसने वो ऊपर फेंका. तो ये बताया, हम इनिशियल वेलोसिटी को मानेंगे u. ठीक है, फाइनल वेलोसिटी स्टोन की क्या है 0. एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी g वैल्यू इज माइनस 9.8 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर. ठीक है, टाइम 3 सेकेंड. अब आप फॉर्मूला अप्लाई करोगे v इज इक्वल टू यू प्लस ए टी. ठीक है, यहाँ पे हमें फाइनल वेलोसिटी 0 माननी है, इनिशियल हम निकाल लेंगे. अब यहाँ पे माइनस जी आ जाएगा इनटू में टी, क्योंकि हम बॉडी को वर्टिकली अपवर्ड फेंक रहे हैं, इसलिए यहाँ पे क्या यूज़ करेंगे, हम माइनस साइन यूज़ करेंगे. तो 0 यू प्लस जी वैल्यू कितनी है माइनस 9.8 इंटू 3, time is 3 seconds, and after calculating your answer is 29.4 meter per second. Okay, this is your initial velocity. Now the next is find the gravitational force between the earth and an object of 2 kg mass placed on its surface. Then given the mass of earth, that is 6 multiply 10 raised to power 24 kg, and radius of earth, that is 6.4 multiply 10 raised to power 6 meter. Mass of earth, that is given 6 multiply 10 raised to power 24 kg. Mass of an object, that is 2 kg. Radius of earth 6.4 multiply 10 raised to power 6 meter. And how will you calculate the force? Force is equal to z m divided by d square. This is the universal law of gravitation. Here g value is 6.67 multiply 10 raised to power minus 11 multiply 6 multiply 10 raised to power 24 into में 2 divide by what is the value of d 6.4 multiply 10 raised to power 6 का whole square, that is equal to 19.5 Newton. Now next is the mass of earth, that is 6 multiply 10 raised to power 24 kg, and the moon is 7.4 multiply 10 raised to power 22 kg. Find the distance between the earth and the moon, that is 3.8 multiply 10 raised to power 5 kilometer. This is given in kilometer. It is converted into meter. Calculate the force exerted by the earth on the moon. G value is given. It means mass of earth, that is 6 multiplied 10 raised to power 24 kg. Mass of moon, that is 7.4 multiplied 10 raised to power 22 kg. And the distance between earth and moon, that is 3.84 multiplied 10 raised to power 5 kilometer. Then it is converted into meter. So multiply 10 raised to power 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter, means 10 raised to power 3 meter. G value is 6.67 multiplied 10 raised to power minus 11 न्यूटन मीटर स्क्वायर पर kg स्क्वायर. फोर्स कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे? फोर्स इज इक्वल टू जी एम ई एम एम डिवाइड बाई डी स्क्वायर. मास ऑफ अर्थ, मास ऑफ मून. Here G value is 6.67 multiplied 10 raised to power minus 11. Mass of earth, that is 6 multiplied 10 raised to power 24. Mass of moon, that is 7.4 multiplied 10 raised to power 22 divide by what is the radius of earth? 3.84 multiplied 10 raised to power 8 का square. Then this is your answer. 2.01 multiplied 10 raised to power 20 Newton. Okay, by the help of these numericals we can easily find out the force. Students, please do practice of these question answers related to chapter gravitation. Thanks.